This is Hannibal.
Season 1.
Season 1, episode 5?
5,
Okay.
yeah.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to the LuckyDog podcast. This is your host today, Elias. With me is...
Kellie.
Kellie, how are you doing?
Good. Doing great.
Are you doing great? Because that was
I'm doing better now that I've gotten that out of my mind, but here we are talking about it, so...
it's entering the fold again.
Yeah. Coming back.
Oh, yeah. So we had a pretty traumatizing episode.
That was really funny. Our reactions were funny, but the show was not.
Oh my gosh. What were your first impressions coming off of 5?
What the fuck?
What the fuck?
Yeah. It took a really weird turn. Mm-hmm. I thought the antler shit was already fucking weird.
I wanted the antler shit back after that.
Yeah. After 5, the antler, murder doesn't seem so bad.
Hannibal looks like your next door neighbor.
Yeah. Compared to this guy.
Compared to this next
I wonder if this guy's going to have any connection to Hannibal, though.
See,
if Hannibal's going to be like an old therapist or something of his.
Yeah, I still think that Hannibal has something to do with some of these killings. He definitely knows Abigail Hobbs' father somehow. But
yeah.
At the beginning of the series, I thought that Hannibal was running some big serial killer scheme out of his house or something like that. Like he was teaching how to be serial killers. But these are such different killings and stuff like that I don't even think that applies.
Yeah, no.
Like they feel like such different types of killings that I don't even know if they're taught by the same person.
Yeah, no. I don't think so at this point.
Yeah, so that's kind of going out the window. That theory is going out the window for me. I thought this episode was placed as the number 5 episode for a reason.
What reason?
Mostly as a filler, I think. Because it didn't give the story much, it didn't move the plot forward that much.
Yeah.
We found out a little bit more about Lawrence Fishburne's wife and her having cancer and keeping it away from Fishburne.
Yeah.
And that comes to light. What did you think about that? How did you think about Fishburne and his wife?
I kind of wonder where it's going to take the rest of the season.
Okay.
Because I didn't even know he had a wife other than him speaking about her to Hannibal. Mm-hmm. And I wasn't expecting her to actually be a part of the show. Mm-hmm. I don't know why.
Okay. Well, I already knew that Hannibal was gonna... Oh, okay. I didn't already know. I knew Lawrence Fishburne's wife was gonna be a part of the story because they kept talking about her to Hannibal.
See, I thought that's all it was gonna be, was just him talking about her but us never seeing her.
So... they brought Lawrence Fishburne's wife in there so that he has some a rounded out personality,
Yeah.
And so that it
kind of shows not a weak side, but a softer side for him.
A soft side, and it gives gives him something to care about.
Yeah.
So as of right now, before this episode, he didn't really care about anything.
Yeah.
Oh, from our point of view.
He's just an asshole.
Kinda. I don't know. I wouldn't call him an asshole.
He yells at people for no fucking reason. He's a dick.
I would say that he's just the boss of the FBI sector, psychology sector. I'm sure you have to be stern in that. Was
it this episode where Will kind of was like, "You're the head of the department"?
Yeah, he said, "Fuck off," kind of.
Pretty much, if you don't like my ideas, then use your own or something like that.
Yeah, that was
this episode, right?
Yeah, it was when the guy was hanging in the alley.
Yeah.
So, Will actually confronted the Fishburne kind of head on in probably an improper manner.
I don't understand what's going on with Will all of a sudden. I don't know, I guess I missed something where he all of a sudden is just like, maybe I shouldn't be doing any of this and getting an attitude with his boss and shit like that.
Well, I still feel like Will is a proxy for us as an audience. Because as we were watching this first episode,
mm-hmm.
and that traumatizing shit at the beginning happened, I was like, I had the same questions coming across my head. I was like, I don't know if I want to watch this.
Yeah.
I was like, this is some traumatizing shit.
It really was.
And so I had never felt as angry.
Also, you think Will is just like, once he saw this scene, it was just like, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah, because I felt very similar. I had never sympathized with the character just as much as Will. Because I was like, this is gruesome. This is just horrifying shit.
Dude, that was bad.
And if you were looking at this shit day to day, hell, I don't know if I could do that. I know I can't do that. Okay. Yeah, Kellie's like, sign me up.
I could do it.
But yeah, the actual killing. What did you think about the serial killer murder? Blood Angel?
I guess, yeah.
I know that's what the
it makes my body hurt every time I think of the visual of that.
The visuals?
I still haven't understood what the guy's point in doing it, to have them, like when Will was laying in the bed and he was like, they're not praying to him, they're praying for him. I don't understand. I'm ready to find out what's making this, or we're not ever going to find out because he's dead, but I was wanting to find out what made him want that, what made him think that, because I understand, like in the lab they were like, oh, he's got a brain tumor,
right,
he's got this, he's got that, and I remember Will explaining all of this stuff, but like, he's just sick in the head. Like, I understand that, but now we're like not ever gonna get to dig deep into that. Right.
I'd be surprised if they go any deeper with this episode, because it felt like such a standalone episode in comparison to the rest of them.
Yeah.
They didn't have anything to do with the Hobbs story. They didn't have anything to do with
that 4 and 5 have completely steered away from
tonal shifts.
Yeah.
I would say that what probably happened is they might have written this episode before the entire... I don't know. They might have written the entire series, and then they wrote this episode
and just knew that they wanted to throw it in there somewhere.
Well, they probably had a quota of episodes they had to hit, and so they're like, oh, shit, we got to put something with Fishburne and the non-Hobbs story.
Yeah.
And so they pushed all the regular stuff
out
to the side for this episode. Because sometimes 5 and 6, sometimes in the middle of seasons, it can get really soggy, just like and convoluted with plotting and stuff like that, because many shows will try to just put filler episodes in there. Gotcha. So I have a feeling...
Is that what that is, you think?
I think this was a filler episode.
Oh, okay.
And
that makes sense.
And to keep people interested in it.
That might make people quit fucking watching.
Well, yeah, I'd say the thing that they did, they were like, all right, this is a filler episode, but we got to keep people interested, so we got to put some fucking traumatizing in there.
But that's traumatizing. That doesn't really make people want to keep watching.
Right. So they're really that was a divisive move by having this blood angel sacrifices in there, you know.
Yeah.
And I do know they tried to kind of do a caveat. They were like, this serial killer is a maniac, but he happens to be killing bad guys.
Yeah.
Did you hear the first 2 people that were strung up?
Oh, they were. Yeah, they were both really
rapist.
Shitty people.
Yeah,
he was a rapist,
and she liked to watch.
And she was the one who watched.
Like a voyeur or something like that. Is that
she wasn't a lawyer.
A voyeur.
Oh.
Isn't that what it's called when you're into watching sex? I don't know. But yeah, so you find out that they're pretty terrible people, and then they said the security guard that was hung up in the...
he was actually a convicted felon.
Yeah, I don't know if he deserved to be strung up by his back because he was a convicted felon. That's a little harsh.
Did we know what he was convicted of?
I don't remember them saying specifically, so that's why I was a little hesitant to saying that he had done right with that.
I know, because last night when you heard what the other 2 people were, you're like, I don't feel bad for him anymore.
I'm like, yeah, but it was still a traumatizing thing to see. It just like a shocking thing to see.
Yeah.
One of the most horrific crime scenes I've ever seen in not even television, in media ever.
Really?
It was probably
that was like some Saw shit.
That was literally some Saw shit. Like, it was like, let's just cut open.
That reminded me of the scene in Saw where he has her strung up and he rips her ribs out. She's strung up by a rib cage.
Well, there's spoiler alerts.
Yeah, I don't even know what number that is.
I think that's 3. I don't know. 3. I saw a recommendation for 2 the other day, and now I really don't want to watch it.
No, don't watch it. Don't watch Saw. No one should watch Saw.
Yeah, just watch Hannibal.
Yeah.
Well,
listen to the podcast and just watch Hannibal.
Yeah. I've seen Saw 1, so I had a little bit more merit for Saw 1 because it had a decent twist. But I don't believe that anything should get as gruesome as what we had seen in
that was bad.
Season 5.
You and I were like fucking screaming, sitting here in the bed, screaming.
Yeah, I had never felt the urge to just stop a show and go straight on a podcast strictly because I was straight traumatized.
Yeah.
Like, we had watched it pretty late in the evening.
It was 10:40.
It was 10:40.
At night.
It felt like it was the blackest night ever. And
we're in here like,
it was like,
we were screaming.
Yeah, I was when we first saw the serial killer, and he's like looking at ice, and then he's like looking at the people that were on fire,
and he sees their heads on fire.
Yeah, he sees their heads. Oh, I was like, oh, he's gonna ice these guys. I got this. I already figured it out. And because he's gonna ice them, and I was like, yeah, he's gonna ice them. He's gonna put them in the freezer, and that's where we're gonna find them. And then
put them in the freezer.
Fishborn's telling Will as they're walking up, this is a pretty horrific scene. You've never seen anything like this. And I'm like, yeah. They're in the icebox. Frozen. And then it opens the door.
We both were like yelling.
Will was more calm than us on any day.
Yeah.
He was like, yep, just as I suspected. I was like, what? I was like, what the fuck? Who's ever seen this in their life? And
I wish we would have been recording our reactions.
Oh my god! If anyone hasn't already watched the Hannibal episode, record your reaction as you're watching.
Seriously.
The episode 5. Holy.
And it's about what? How many minutes do you think into the show?
It's within the first 15.
Yeah. Seriously, record your actions and then send it to the
LuckyDog podcast Twitter.
Yeah. We want to hear it.
Yeah, it is like next level traumatizing. I just can't describe it anything better. And it's gonna if you have not seen it already, it's gonna fuck you up. It's gonna fuck you up.
Yeah. Or maybe it won't. Maybe you'll see it and be like,
this is some weak shit.
This is like some elementary school killing. What is this?
Yeah.
But, you ain't seeing this on the news every day.
Oh my Jesus. You better not be. I'd be fucking out of here. I'd be on Mars.
I need for this not to give people ideas.
Well,
okay?
This came out years ago, so I really hope that this isn't giving people ideas. Well,
I'm not ready to hear about that happening in real life, dude.
Oh my jeez. I bet we don't hear about that stuff in real life.
I hope not. They'll keep that shit off the media.
Yeah. Goodness. But anyway, that was a mega episode.
Yeah.
We'll probably put a disclaimer at the beginning of 4 so that people just have an idea.
Yeah.
You're about to see some fucking shit.
Up shit.
Yeah.
It got real fucked up real quick.
He said, God dang.
That was fucking terrible, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
no, the more you think about it, sticks with you is what happens.
Oh God, it makes me hurt. Like every time I think about it, it makes my back just fucking hurt. Makes me cringe. It was terrible.
Yeah, I have SpongeBob ready at the wheel.
I know, because last night, as soon as our reactions were over, I was like, "Do you need to watch SpongeBob?"
I was like, "Do you?
Do you want to turn this off and we'll finish it tomorrow in the daylight?"
Well, we did. We made it through.
We made it through the whole thing, and we saw 3 of those killings.
Yeah, we saw.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and I forgot. Let's talk about the last killing before we hop off.
He is himself. How did he do that to himself?
I was thinking the same thing. I was like, how did he do that? And
because it can't just be the fish hooks. It can't just be that he hooked fish hooks into his back and then let himself drop and it ripped up. That it doesn't work that way.
It felt like someone had to cut his back and someone else would have had to do it.
Yeah.
So do you think Hannibal had a hand in it? Because all the killings, I definitely felt like you couldn't do yourself. Without a doubt.
Those 3?
No, I mean, like, if you were trying to kill yourself that way, it would be impossible.
Yeah, no, you couldn't have done that.
For
one, I don't know why I always refer back to the movie of the guy sitting at the table. His head's cut or whatever, but he's awake.
Ray Liotta.
He's just...
The original Hannibal movie.
He's just doped out,
Right.
Hannibal has him, like, all fucked up on drugs or whatever. So... I wonder if, like, in this, if there's going to be something where Hannibal is giving these people drugs. Something, like he did Abigail.
He gave her mushrooms.
Mm-hmm, that allows her to not really...
Feel pain?
Not to, like... Not feel pain. You probably feel it in a way, but it's just not syncing with you. Like, you're not...
Right.
You're just not reacting to it.
Right.
I don't know. Because I feel like some of what that guy, the guy was doing to those people, he could have done by himself. But then to turn around and do it to himself is fucking insane. I was expecting him to shoot himself in the head or something simple.
Hmm. As soon as they were walking up that barn, I was like, we're going to see somebody.
I didn't think it was going to be him, though.
Oh, yeah. The way they had wrapped it up, it just felt ultimately unsatisfying for me. Mm-hmm. Like, I wanted more to come from this guy.
Did you get what Will's vision meant?
So, first of all, I was like, this guy's going to come to life. The guy the serial killer that had strung himself up in the barn. He was
still, like, swinging.
He was still swinging, like he had freshly just done that. So, I was waiting for him to come to life. And so when he did it in Will's fantasy, I was like, okay, this makes sense. It just made too good of a visual to have this guy not to come to life, you know?
Yeah.
It's such a cliche to have somebody... They did it in the other episode, you remember?
What?
The people that were planted underground, like the guy came to life at the very end. Like, it's such an easy visual to make everyone look dead and then have one come to life, or the main guy. But he didn't actually come to life. So
it was just a vision.
His vision was
of that guy telling, like, of the guy seeing Will's head on fire.
Right.
Which to me is supposed to mean that Will has done something bad, because that's how he saw the other three people.
Yeah. So I understand what you're saying, but that would mean that Will put himself in the serial killer's shoes and saw himself as a bad person. Right?
Yeah.
I think it's pretty fascinating when you put it that way, because the original serial killer was looking around and he saw bad people with their heads on fire. Mm-hmm. And so if this was Will looking at the serial killer, trying to put himself in the serial killer's shoes, maybe, he was putting himself, and he could see himself as a bad person.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Do you remember what the serial killer's wife said that the serial killer...
I was falling asleep.
Okay, so the wife had said something like he was in a traumatic fire when he was younger. The reason the serial killer was actually doing all the crazy stuff was because he was in a fire in the barn that is shown at the very end, and the firefighter that rescued him said that he must have had a guardian angel looking out for him. So that is why he's going around seeing people on fire, and is going through some traumatic stuff because of the stuff that he went through while he was younger. The main thing is, this is a fucking traumatizing episode.
It really fucking was.
And it diverted from
I might,
the story.
later on today at some point, I might go back and watch some of 5, the parts where I was falling asleep.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to not remember.
Yeah, we'll report back on when we're on 6 or something like that, just so that we can catch back up. I really think
if there's anything else I need to say.
Holy fuck! It's even worse than I remember.
It was worse the second time!
Yeah, it was horrifying.
My God.
It was horrifying.
It really was. Like, it was not something I ever want to watch again. Ever.
Yeah. So, are we going to watch 6? Are we going to be able to watch 6?
We're going to watch 6. But we're going to do it in the daytime. with all the windows and lights on. And the windows open.
I know. We need to be sure to have our flashlights ready just in case.
Get your little billy stick thing that you got.
Billy stick. Alrighty. Alright, everyone. Rate, subscribe, share. Find our whole podcast available on iTunes or Overcast, TuneIn, Google Play. We're going to put it on Spotify, YouTube. I think I already said YouTube. All the popular ones.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Kelly.
Welcome.
Bye.